All right, so in this project we're going to sorry, in this project we're going to create a window scan and then also run a DISA STIG scan. And so we'll just get right into it. We've got the instruction manual here, again from the cyber range. And yeah, so let's just get right into it. First, we create the Windows 11 machine. So have to wait for it to keep. All right, and then we select our resource group. We'll call this the niche test. Yeah. Choose a Windows 11 Pro, and username we'll use the same name we've been using so far, which is Baptist name, and then get the password. Confirm licensing. Go to disks. Choose standard SSD. Choose the cyber range virtual network and the subnet. Come on. Choose none. Yeah, leave the network security group and check this management. You can skip this and then choose disable and then review and create. Now while it creates, let's see what the next thing says. Okay, so validation is passed, so we can just click on create, and it will start deploying the virtual machine. So while we wait for the virtual machine to, be created, we can create a virtual vulnerability. Okay. So we just jump to 6 while this goes on, so we don't have to sit down and wait. So let's go into Tenable. Click on scans. Create a scan template. So we'll just do that. Advanced network scan and give it a name. So let's call it no. Yep, let's do this. Okay. Start remote registry service. Hold on. Yeah, this. Enable administrative shares and start the server service. Okay. That's all for the basics. Next we go to discovery. Fast network discovery, ping remote host, and the next one was TCP. Yeah, enable TCP. Next we go to the assessments. perform thorough tests. And then uncheck this. Alright, so we're gonna put our credentials in. I guess we could probably save this. Oh, we're not done. Oh, correct. I didn't finish it. Let's see. No, this isn't it. So in place the one we're working on because we didn't finish it. Yeah. So we put the credentials and then compliance. What's next? Alright. For compliance, we need to add the DISA STIG. So we go to Windows, and then we find DISA. And we find the one that works for Windows 11, which is this one. And basically all these are things you could change. I'm not going to go into explaining this a lot, but basically I know this one is like it stores your password history for the last 24 times. So if you don't, you can't reuse the password that you used 24 times. I mean, in your history for about 24 times. So I don't know how to put the wording, but I guess you get it. But yeah, you can't use your previous password until like you've done 24 passwords. I understand it, I just can't explain it, but I'm pretty sure you get the picture. Maximum password, age, value. Yeah, I'm just not gonna get into this. So, but basically, these are some of the templates or the things that DISA STIG is supposed to check when running the scan. So I'm just gonna save this. We're gonna go to plugins. And we're going to check these. Everything is enabled, so we have to uncheck it first, and then you're going to find general policy compliance settings windows. Policy compliance is right here. General is here. Settings is here. Windows should be, yeah. But even with policy compliance, we're supposed to do something. Only this one, okay. Okay, so everything here is checked. So when we don't want that, so we'll just turn it off for now, and then click it again. And when we scroll down, it's not here, so it should be at the next page. Windows compliance checks. There it is. All right, yeah. So I think we're done. Oops, no, we're not. Let me save it. Then let's see. Yep, these are the ones that we're looking for. Windows General. Okay, we're good here. So we can save it, I guess. Alright, before we create a scan account, VM is ready. So let's log in and go back to the first part. Connect via Bastion. This could take a while, but let's see what the instructions are. Okay, disable the Windows firewall first. Then we have to create some vulnerabilities before you run the scan. Create an administrator account, set a blank password, edit, add administrator account to. Okay. Okay. So we just have to wait for this to finish. Here we go. Now we wait. Okay. So we just skip it. And then we wait. Okay. Okay. Right here. All right. So let's run an open Windows firewall. And how we do that, let's also open computer management. Azure is taking its sweet time, so we just have to wait. Okay, let's turn off the firewall. Apply, and okay, firewall is down. Now let's try again. I don't know what's happening. Computer management, that's what we're looking for. So basically, I'm supposed to create an administrator account. Okay, so create an admin account. So just go to local users and groups. No, just click anywhere in here. Create a new user. Call them administrator. Then let's say password never expires. Okay. All right. So we have an unofficial account. Set password to nothing. Okay. Then we have to add the administrator account to the administrators group. So we can go to groups, administrators. We can add. Come on, Azure. Okay, let's do it again. Let's add administrator. Okay. We could have just come here as well and just do this and then add it to admin, but it's here. Okay. Next. Enable guest account. Add guest account to administrators, also without password. Okay. And we could just add it here to admin. Now work. Administrators. Okay. Then let's set password to no password. So we're done with the first part. Because we are using the internal scanner, we don't need to do this part. And we did also create an NSG, so we're fine. So we've done all this. Now we've saved the scan templates. All right, yeah, we've saved it. Oh, one, okay. All right, so then we can go to scans. Then we create a scan. Choose user defined. And this is ours. So we just click on that. And then we can call this mistake test. Let's do _01. Internal scanner, choose the local engine. We can go back here and choose the IP address, the private IP address. Put that into Tenable. And you can see we don't have a lot of other settings here because we put everything into the scan template, so we don't have to do a lot of that again. And if we do put credentials in here, it's going to override the previous credentials, and we don't want that to happen, so we just leave it and we will just save it. And we can find our scan somewhere here, this guy, and we can just launch it. Now this might take a while. for like 30 minutes. And so I'll just pause the video here and come back when it's done. In the meantime, I think we've done everything, right? Okay, so then when we come back, we'll observe the results, vulnerabilities, the audits, and the remediation, and then we'll delete our virtual machine. Awesome, so we'll come back when the scan is done. So we're back, and it's completed now. This took about 17 minutes. Interesting. We found no criticals, but we found some highs, and this by severity. Okay. Okay, so this took too little time, and I think we didn't get enough, because when I check here, it says failed to authenticate the remote target. Okay, so this scan didn't work as intended or as we wanted it to. Interesting. So we probably have to rerun the scan, but to do that, we have to check. Let's edit the scan first and see what we did wrong. So let's edit this. It did say the credentials were wrong. So let's try again. Let's add credentials. Do this. Windows. And I know it should be lab test knee, right? Because that's just what should be here. I mean, that's what we logged into this with. Yeah, this is how we logged in. So lab test knee, and the password should be cybersec123. So we're going to try again. But first, let's save this. And let's go back to scans. And let's see what else could have been the issue. Because we should have had some criticals here. So let's see. So I think that's the main one. Oh, go back. Security path assessment failed. Okay. So let's also go back and check the scan templates. And these are templates. This is what we're working with. So let's check again to make sure that we got everything right over here. So first the basics, we have the name, and then start remote registry. We did that. We enabled administrative shares, start a server service. We did that. Then discovery. And then we set TCP. We allow TCP. Then assessment. Perform thorough tests. And then we have to uncheck this, which is unchecked. Okay. After assessments, credentials. Let's remove this. Oh, can we edit it? Yeah, it's lab test me. What's the password here? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. I think so. Just launch it again and then we'll see what happens next. Again, this would take another 30 minutes, which if we had done well, we shouldn't have had to do this again. So my bad. I think I put the wrong password in there. So it didn't work. Sorry. So let's check this out again and let's see how it goes. Okay, so we're back, and this time it took way longer to get the scan completed, and as you can see here, it took 1 hour and 8 minutes. So yeah, this has and this is just a few of the scans. If we had done more scans, then it would have taken a lot more time. But yeah, now we can see we have 2 highs, 2 mediums, 1 low, and we can check and see what we have. So you could see this time if we look for the password, or is it? Yep, you can see target credential status by authentication protocol. Valid credentials are provided. Let's check the history and see the old one. So this is the current one. This is the one that we did previously, and you can see that when you check vulnerabilities by plugin, yep, target credentials, failure for provided credentials. So at least now we know what the issue was. So we can go to the main one, and now let's use this. All right, so we're done. It says observe by plugin, and by plugin we can see the what we have here, the highs, these. Oh yeah, Windows Defender. Since we turned off the firewall, I'm pretty sure we need to update the Windows. If we do a Windows update, I'm sure to take care of this. Okay. Let's go back to the scans. Okay. Now we need to check by audits. Let's see if anything here jumps out at us. Target credentials, authentication protocol, intermittent authentication failure. How is that? Okay. hope you can see it. Yeah. Intermittent authentication problem. Interesting. Okay. I don't know where that is from. I guess I'll have to go check it out later. Alright, so let's go and check the audits, the scans according to audits. So you could see a lot of them passed and then a couple failed. So we'll go through the failed ones and see if we can find the vulnerabilities that we did. Because we made some vulnerabilities here regarding the administrator account and then the guest account. So let's see if we search administrator. Let's do admin. And we find quite a few admin failed. Let's see. Let's stretch this out. Oops. Oh, caramba. No. No. Okay. My mistake. Yes. Okay. Not this one. Not this one. Passwords for enabled local administrator account must be changed every 60 days. Okay. User account control must prompt administrators. No, I don't know what this. No. I think it has to do with these two. So let's try the first one. Change the enabled every 60 days. Okay, let's just see more. I don't know why. Okay, cool. We could do this. I couldn't find it. Change the enabled local administrator account password every 60 days. Windows Labs must be used to change. Yada yada yada. So it didn't really say anything about it here. So let's check the next one. Oops. Let's check this one. Configure policy value. Okay, so the administrator account, you could see over here that we enabled it instead of disabling it. Come on, okay. So if we want to remediate it, we could just disable the account and then it will go, or we could just delete it totally because it's not supposed to be here in the first place. All right, now let's check out the next one. The next thing we did was guests. So let's look for the guest account. And it's two. And I say, well, the built-in guest account must be renamed, and then the built-in guest account must be disabled. So to solve this, we could probably just change. We could just rename this to my new guest, and this will probably remediate it. And also, we're supposed to disable this as well because it's not supposed to be enabled in the first place. And so, yeah, basically, we could see that these failed the DISA STIG scan, and it did take us an hour and about 8 minutes for this scan, but in total, it took us about an hour and what's 8 plus 17? I have no idea. Yeesh, my brain is on fire. Is it 18? Okay, no, I won't even do that math. You could do it quickly. Yeah, an hour 17. 25 minutes, I guess. Okay, my brain finally caught up. So yeah, that's it for the um, scan templates. And so now that we're done, we would just, you could go through the whole process of like 10 minutes off and everything over here, but I'll just do it straight from Azure because I'm tired. I've been waiting for an hour. Anyway, so then we could just, you don't have to stop it, you could just delete it. Yep, so we'll just delete the virtual machine and take care of everything else. We can also delete our scans, but not before we export them. Come on. I'll call it DISA STIG. Template. Okay. Okay, it's done. Delete it. We're good. And then let's just refresh this page and try again. And you can see everything is gone. Everything that's here right now belongs to the cyber range. And so we're done with this video. Thanks for watching.